I'm Callie Calypso.
I'm Hannah Lee.
Helena Isis.
I'm Ashley.
Just Ashley.
Yeah, just Ashley. I don't know Bailey is here. You'll get one.
Yeah, we'll get you one.
Yeah, we'll get you one.
And we are here to promote Ladies of Power. See our lovely little flyer here.
I'm on it.
Perfectly gorgeous black and whites, because that is the future. Cheap printing for the win.
Yep.
Do it at home.
Yeah.
And what Ladies Power is it's a calendar, all 12 months, because we're awesome like that. None of this 6-month calendar business, no, you get every single month, and each month is a different category. Science fiction, anime, comic books. What else did we figure out?
School girls,
yeah,
cat girls.
Yeah, cat girls.
Too.
We just threw in everything, and we manage every single woman is beautiful. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
For many different reasons. And what did this project mean to everyone else here who managed to come here for this little video?
Well, it meant a lot to me because, unfortunately, as a black cosplayer, I don't get invited to a lot of events or photo shoots and stuff like that. And if this was anyone other than Callie, I probably would never be invited to do a cosplay calendar. So to be able to be not only invited to do this calendar, but for it to be for a good cause, meant like a whole bunch to me. So I'm really honored to be a part of it.
And I'm honored to be a part of it because I'm a very new beginning cosplayer, and the fact that I was asked to be in this calendar was kind of surprising to me, because it's like, you guys know I only have like 2 costumes, right? and a lot of the reasons that Helena mentioned too is like, I don't get invited to a lot of photo shoots because, you know, especially the fandoms that I'm in, there's not a lot of black characters, so they just need me to, you know. And it just meant a lot to me that I was in this calendar for that reason, and because I'm just a beginning cosplayer that's starting out. And here I am in a calendar with these lovely ladies.
Yeah, and I guess for me, I've always struggled with the idea of like femininity. I've always been a feminist, but I've always not felt feminine. And this calendar shows that like you can be a woman in many different ways, and we all have our strengths, and that's just what I like about it.
And proceeds of the calendar, once it's finished, go to the Genesis Women's Shelter, which is located in Dallas, in an undisclosed location. You can look them up, but the address you'll get is actually their thrift store, where they sell donated items to help raise money for the shelter itself. And all proceeds from the sales of this calendar, once it's printed, will go to them as well. We're hoping to raise at least $2,500 so that they can upgrade their computer systems and maybe invest in cell phones and that kind of stuff to help people who are just stricken by poverty and otherwise can't afford anything. Because we're all very fortunate. We have cell phones, we have computers, we have access to things to help us get jobs, and we have homes and stuff, but there are women right in our own backyards that we don't even know who have to go to places like Genesis to get help like that. And we also hope that the images in the calendar not only help the women at the shelter, but people who buy it, and show them that it doesn't matter like how big, small, color of your skin, where you come from. There is beauty and power in being who you are.
That you yourself are valid. Valid and you matter.
You don't have to strive to be that person in a magazine, and if you're a cosplayer, you don't have to strive to be Yaya Han or Jessica Negri. Like they're not what.
They're not the standard.
Yeah, like there should be some standards, but it shouldn't be that. That should not be the standard.
Yeah.
The standard should be wear a costume.
Wear a costume, have fun, and if little kids like your costume, be awesome to them.
Yeah.
And I hope that's what also the calendar brings. It's just it inspires little kids and shows them that, hey, you can dress up as your favorite character.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and it also doesn't matter if you don't look exactly like the character. You can still cosplay.
Exactly, it can still be awesome.
So that's like the worst thing, is like being told like, oh, you are such a good blank for being blank.
Yeah, exactly. Always that qualifier.
Like, I find it funny, I'm the only one who doesn't get that qualifier. It's never, oh, you're such a good Sailor Moon for a white girl with boobs. Never that.
Yeah.
That's kind of not fair.
I don't get it very much either as an Asian, but I get the unsolicited advice, like, oh, maybe you should wear more makeup. Like,
Yeah, not to mention you kind of get fetishized a lot, especially if you wear the school uniform. You don't decide to wear the school uniform, it's going to be like, no.
Yeah, and our calendar has sexy women, but it's sexy without objectifying them. It's
Exactly.
our bodies and
Except one of our lovely ladies who did Catwoman, she kind of got her sexy on, but in a nice, polite way.
Yeah.
She just felt really confident in her costume.
Which is a good thing, very good thing.
It's all about confidence, because most of the people there, like, we're nerds, like, not all of us have confidence. So just the fact that she was able to put that costume on and go for being kind of, just not shy per se, but not, oh, look at me, look how beautiful I am, to all of a sudden, the camera has to be on her because it couldn't be anywhere else. That is strength. That is something.
She essentially broke the ice.
Yeah. And we had another lady who isn't here who completely new to the cosplay community. Her first con being A-Kon 2014. She did Sailor Mars. And she is Hispanic and she is an alt model with tattoos and stuff. And she was very surprised at just how welcoming everyone in the project was and how many good shots she got, and just the fact that she's new and people embraced her like she's been here for years.
It's Dystopia 101. If you can't fight someone if you're too busy fighting with your resources. And unfortunately, with women, we're fighting over even the most mundane things, particularly male attention, and things like that. And the thing I believe we have to fix in the cosplay community, especially among us women, is the fact that it's not a contest. We're not competing for male attention. Just be awesome. I mean, a lot of these girls, especially newer girls, they're already intimidated. This might be their first time wearing a costume, working on a costume, and first time wearing it out in public. They're already afraid they're gonna get judged. If you just be awesome to them and just be like, hey, I know that character, do you mind if I get your picture? That can make the whole day. And show that they are valid and that what they do is good. And it might encourage them to try even more things.
Yeah, it really means a lot to me. That it's important to me that I'm in an environment where I feel welcome and like I'm wanted there and I belong there, because I go to cons and I get looks like, why are you here? You don't look like someone who would be into this kind of stuff. And like even when I'm asking somebody for directions, like, which way is the elevator? They're just like, I asked you a question, could you answer me? And I don't really get that. So it really meant a lot to me to work on this calendar and be in an environment where people were welcoming. I wasn't questioned on my geek knowledge or whatever.
I think that's the worst thing now. There is a huge thing on like what makes cosplayer like, oh, you're only a cosplayer, especially if you're a woman. Like, men don't get this nearly as much as like, if you don't make your costume and you're a woman, you cosplay, suddenly you're lesser than. And I'm like, okay, if you're just a character, you're a cosplayer. That should be it. Because some people, not everyone can sew.
Yeah.
Like, I can sew kind of. I'm not very good at it. My seams, if you flip them on things I have sewn, look terrible. I will never win workmanship for my sewing. I win workmanship for working with things like metal and Morbla and stuff like that. But you'll never see me hand sewing something and be like, look how great I am. I can't sew worth a damn.
Exactly. And some people have very busy schedules, so like their job might be very demanding. So but they still want to cosplay. So sometimes they might reach out for help and be like, hey, if I do these props, do you mind helping me with the dress or helping me with this skirt or this one part? It really does help. We need to be more of a community and be like, oh yeah, dude, I'll totally help you with this. I'm totally on board with helping you.
Yeah, and that was the cool part with our shoot, was that if somebody needed to borrow a wig or even a costume, we were willing to share. And that's something, we want to promote. There's a lot of girl hate in the world in general.
We don't need to add that.
I need to add to it.
Yeah, I mean, like, the boots I usually wear for cosplay, like, finally gave up the ghost, like, the week before the shoot. So I just wrote on a Facebook page, I'm like, hey, does anyone have any size 9 black boots I can borrow? people were volunteering. They're like, well, it's size 8.5, but can you wear this? And people were volunteering. I'm like, see, that's the way it should be.
That's exactly how it should be. I mean, like, my Catwoman costume was probably worn by 3 different people in the shoot. And I'm actually surprised it fit 3 different people, considering one of the girls was very tall, and she's like, okay, it's tight in the shoulders. That's because it was stretching to fit her height, because she's taller than me. And then this one wore it, and then she has a different body type from me, and I'm like,
The sisterhood of the traveling cat suit.
This cat suit's seen things. It's been places. But that's how it should be, because I know for me, I had a daughter in February, and since then working on cosplay has just dropped down my priority list, even though it's something I love doing. And like this year, I'm surprised people even care, because to me it is not my usual quality of work. Like, these people know my usual quality of work. This was actually, okay, today's Sunday. I made most of this Thursday night when I got to this hotel. Well, part of Thursday night, Friday night, when I got to this hotel, I'm like, okay, I really want to finish this. Here's some paint. I'll put some paint on my old bikini top. Oh, I got some white go-go boots. I've had these for a while. Oh, look, red duct tape. I'll just cut little flame shapes and put them on my shoes. Oh, I have this airsoft rifle. I'll just add some tape to it. Let's go. I'm totally Yoko now, guys. Look. And it worked. And I found this wig on eBay. I ordered like less than a week before the con, and it clearly showed, because I was just like, oh, I need a red wig. I didn't bother to see the quality or anything else.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But it works out.
Yeah, the funny thing is I was actually going to not quit cosplay, but stop making new cosplays right before the shoot. And I'm still kind of holding myself to that, because I've got other priorities that, you know, I want to do actual full-on Levi. But yeah, it was really funny, because I was like, oh, I'm done with cosplay. I'm just going to finish shoot costumes that I've always wanted to do. And then when the shoot happened, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to cosplay with these people. I want to wear more costumes. And so, you know.
It helps when you find that one group that's like really freaking awesome.
All right, hang on.
What does cosplay mean to you?
Cosplay's an adventure. I get to slash. Yeah.
What do you think about women who cosplay?
Oh, it's overwhelming.
So you like women who cosplay?
Yeah.
You think any woman should be able to cosplay?
Yes.
Every single woman, no matter what they look like, you think they could cosplay?
Any size, any color.
Deadpool approved.
I am King Deadpool, and I approve this message.
Great. So yeah, we're going to be walking the floor, asking different cosplayers what this means to them, promoting our calendar, because we have until August 31st of 2014 to raise a little over $1,200 to print the calendar, because unfortunately our printing budget didn't happen. I was supposed to pay for it, but I had medical expenses that had to come first, so yeah. And so in closing for that, Callie Calypso.
And Hanali.
Helena Isis.
And I'm Ashley, who's working on her stage name.
Eventually, it'll come to you.
Yeah.
And we're Ladies in Power, and we're gonna go empower some ladies.
Yeah.
Woo!